2, 1, go!
Hello, welcome to the latest episode of the Electronic Aids podcast. This time we're going to be talking about the Xbox 360 because that machine has now turned 20 years old, if you can Adam and or Eve that. And to join me talking about this, we have Chris.
Hello.
And returning for the first time since the Sega Saturn episode, Tommy.
Hello.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah, very well,
All
thank
good,
you.
I think.
Yeah.
All set for Crimbo?
No.
Well, just trying to get out of work as soon as possible. I think I've got another week.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I've got 9 days left at work and then I'm off until some point in January. I haven't decided when I'm going to go back yet.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, because I'm carrying over holiday, so I'm going to try and push it out as far as possible with those days that I've carried over. Because I've got to take them before the end of January anyway, so I might as well just take those days straight away. Okay, that's enough about our Christmas plans. So the Xbox 360, guys, can you believe that's 20 years ago now?
I'm not sure I was
20
prepared for you
years.
to say that.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, and it's interesting because I know we're going to talk about this in a little while, but I can vividly remember the first time I ever saw an Xbox 360, and it was around about the same time that I started the Dreamcast Junkyard, because I shared a house with a guy who had a 360, and I had a Dreamcast. So yeah, there was a bit of an upgrade there with the visuals, you know. But yeah,
I like to
Downgrading the
think that
software though, Tommy. Yeah.
it was more
Yeah.
of a, I saw that 360 and thought, all right, getting right into this Dreamcast then.
Yeah, I mean it's similar. You know, it's white, just like the
Mhm.
Xbox 360.
yeah, same button colours as well.
Same, I was going to say same button colors. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the Xbox 360 launched here. When was it launched here? It was in December the 2nd or something, wasn't it? Should have had that prepared. I did not. But anyway, launched here in December 2005. Did any of you get it at launch? Either of you get it at launch?
No.
No, like I say, my housemate got one very close to the launch, so I just basically would go into his bedroom and play on it in his room.
For some
but I
reason,
didn't have one myself.
everywhere I saw it around launch, where all the demo pods were, they were always doing the table tennis game, which has a good reputation for being a good game, but was not compelling to make me want a system. I was quite happily ignoring it for a while when it came out.
So that was the game for me that made me go, hello there, Xbox 360. Because I did get one at launch, but I had no intention of getting one at launch. So I'll start then with mine since I got it first.
That makes a change. You go first.
It does make it does make a change, yeah. So I had no interest in getting one at all, but I was in Cambridge on the morning that it came out. I was on my way to work, and I just thought I'll just swing in and see if there's, because they would have been sold out. I knew it, but I thought I had to have a quick look anyway, and I found one of the core Xbox 360s left in the shop, the one that came with a cable and no cabled controller and no hard drive. And so I saw that in Curry's, so I was like, okay, well, I'll buy it and get it now. And then when I was on my way to work still, I went past another shop. I can't remember, it was another electronical shop, I can't remember which one. And they had the hard drives in stock, you know, was it 40 gig? 20 gig hard drives. So I grabbed one of those as well on my way. And so I ended up spending more than I would have spent on what was the other one called? Premium, the Xbox 360 Premium bundle.
Oh yeah.
And I still had a wired controller, like some sort of caveman.
Did that very first unit that you got have? It didn't have a HDMI cable, did it? It didn't have a HDMI connection.
They didn't until 2007.
Hmm.
The Xbox 360 models. They only had component, SCART, and the other thing was it VGA out.
Am I right in thinking that they didn't have Wi-Fi either? You had to get like a special adapter, didn't you?
Yeah,
With like
no
antennas on
Wi-Fi.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wi-Fi wasn't introduced until the Xbox 360 Slim, the S model, the
Yeah.
Xbox 360S. Then they introduced Wi-Fi built in. They should have done one earlier than that because that was an extra like £60 or something.
I'm sure with my
Just for the
original
Wi-Fi.
one, I was just running it wired. But yeah, when I got rid of that, and then a few years later, I got another one. I'm sure that was the Slim, and then I used the wireless because it was built in. I don't think I ever bought the adapter. Can't remember.
Yeah, I did buy the adapter eventually because when I moved flats, my router was nowhere near the Xbox, so I
I
had
was
to get
running
one.
Ethernet cables all through walls and everything. Every room was
Yeah,
wired in the house.
I could not do that, so unfortunately I had to then splash out. And the thing is, the Wi-Fi on it was terrible. It was so bad. So it was not great. If you did, you had to have really good broadband for it to be worth it. And back then, broadband was not very good, if you can remember, unless you were wired. So yeah, and yeah, on that launch, I ended up getting Call of Duty 2. What else did I get? Project Gotham Racing 3. And I didn't buy Perfect Dark Zero because I'd already seen the reviews from America saying it was crap. So I didn't buy that straight away. But I did pick up Cameo because I was really thinking I want something, whimsical to play over Christmas. And it was not whimsical. It was, again, just quite shite, actually.
It was
Which is a
alright.
shame.
It wasn't amazing, but it was alright. I finished it.
Yeah, I finished it. But much like Donkey Kong from this year, I hate finished it. So, but yeah, I played so much Call of Duty too, and that was like one of the because I didn't have an Xbox, the original Xbox, as I just wasn't interested in it or any of the games. And yeah, it was just like playing the Xbox 360 for me was like my first entry into the world of Xbox. And I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, I mean, it took a while for me to get anything else for it. I think the next game I bought was probably Prey, which would have been like May the following year or something like that. So it's a good 6 months later before I bought another game. But I did play a lot of Geometry Wars as well. So that tied me over quite nicely. So what about you guys? When did you pick up Xbox 360s?
You go ahead, Chris.
Okay, I'll jump in. So I did have the original Xbox. I got that quite late as well, and I got it already modded. And like a lot of people, I was mostly using it for the emulators that were on it, playing MAME stuff, and with XBMC, which I think is broadly what has become Plex now, for running media center, so TV streaming and that sort of stuff. But I did have a couple of games on there that there was a sort of crossover for. So I think Tony Hawk's Project 8 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance that were the two of the games that sort of spanned the generations. So they came out on there and I was playing them quite happily. And then we had the Wii launch. So after the Xbox, I was quite happily ignoring that. The Wii launch, the Christmas that came out, which I think was 2006.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a very rare opposite where we actually pre-ordered the console, but it was a sort of joint present with me and my partner at the time. We bought ourselves for Christmas from the pre-order, and I was quite happy with that. I got really into Animal Crossing as usual when that came out. I remember playing that. I don't know where the overlap was with that, because the reason those things are connected is Llamasoft. Because I know I was playing Animal Crossing with Jeff Minter.
All
but
right.
but all of it was because I was really onto the Yak Yak forums, the Llamasoft forums.
Oh
I
yeah.
was on there, and so although my timeline memory might be falling out, because I can't remember whether the Animal Crossing stuff was before or after, it was on the forums, seeing what Jeff was working on, and Space Giraffe. So
Yeah.
it was the discovery that was coming, I think, sort of June or whatever, was the, oh, well, I will be buying an Xbox then. That'll be why I get it. It's coming. And then I think around May, before Space Giraffe came out, I was at a friend's who got one. And he's like, oh, you need to see this game. And that was Geometry Wars. And we sat and I was playing that. And I think then Assault Heroes, which was another live arcade game, but a twin stick shooter. But that one was 2 players, so we could play it together.
That was good. I enjoyed the Assault
Yeah.
Heroes.
I essentially went home and bought one. I was like, I need to play those 2 games now, and they will tide me over until Space Giraffe comes out. I think because of how the timing ran, I've got a feeling the Forza Motorsport 2 demo was out, and
Yeah.
that friend, and then
So that's
by association,
2007, isn't it?
yeah. So
Because-
that's when it was May 2007. Yeah, it was when I was getting it, and because I think Space Giraffe was due in June. And although I dabbled with the first one, it wasn't really something I was into, but everybody was playing the demo that I knew. So I was like, oh, I could get into that, and they're all playing online and stuff. And whereas obviously Xbox Live Gold had started on the original Xbox,
Yeah.
I never had that. I was using that XB Connect thing, so you could you go online to play with your friends, but you had to know them already, really. So I was playing with 3 or 4 friends, mostly playing golf and Rainbow Six on the original one. But it was like, oh, actually, I could just jump online and play with these few friends that I found had got it. And my console came with Crackdown, which I had no interest in. And I waited a week for Forza Motorsport 2 or whatever it came out, and just took it into game. There was some kind of promotion for, like, they used to list 4 or 5 games that if you traded in, you got an enhanced rate for. So I think I immediately swapped it. I think I paid a tenner for Motorsport 2. And basically played that and my 2 shooters till Space Giraffe came out. And then I think in a 2-for-1 in Blockbuster for second hand, I picked up Tony Hawk's and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And I thought that was like that felt like the generational leap from years before. You know, like, you don't get them very often now, when it feels like a massive jump forward.
Yeah.
I think it was just as much as I also possibly went to proper HD that I hadn't been doing as well on the original Xbox, something like that. But still, it was quite the jump.
Yeah. Did you either of you choose 720p over 1080i on that? Because I went 720p because I thought the 1080i interlace was worse than progressive scan.
I think I started out with 1080i, believing it looked better, and then I think I went back down. Because at that point, even my TV, I think, was only capable of 1080i.
Yeah.
This big chunky flat silver thing. But yeah, I started out with it on that because I liked it for some stuff. The UIs tended to look pretty good, but actual games in motion and things, I dropped it down to 720.
Yeah, it was Dead Rising for me that made me go to 720 because the text was barely legible on 1080i. So I went to 720 and I was like, oh, I can see that much clearer now. Because that's just, if anyone remembers Dead Rising, it had like the smallest text in the world. And if you were using anything other than progressive scan, it was unreadable.
I think my scores went up on Geometry Wars when I changed. I don't know what that was about, but I think that was probably the deciding factor. I was quite serious about that for a while.
Were you as serious about that as you were with TXK, or?
I mean, I was more competitive, I think, on Geometry Wars than TXK. I really good at. I really enjoy TXK, and I've done it and stuff. But like, my names didn't kick around in the leaderboard like they did on Geometry Wars for a while.
Yeah,
until I befriended Tronads, who was befriending him on Xbox Live was a mistake. So all the shoot 'em ups I'm on is just he's sitting there with an extra million on whatever game it is.
Yeah, I remember thinking that my Retro Evolved score was amazing. And then it coming up that you're like 30,000th or something. And you're like, how the hell have 30,000 people got a higher score than this. Like, what have they been doing with their lives? Yeah, but that was a really cool thing. Did you also love the visualizer for music,
Oh yes, of
which was
course, with
Minter's?
Minter's work. Yes, that was brilliant.
Yeah, both the PS3 and the Xbox 360 had amazing visualizers for their music playback.
Wasn't the PS3 one just like a planet? Was it just like the
Yeah,
Earth?
well, no, it depends. It changed with the music.
Right.
So the music you're doing, it would be a different kind. So it would be like a planet, but also like different stars and things like that. So it was made by Q Games, the visualizer on the PS3, and again, it just changed with the music that you're playing, much like the one for that Minter did as well.
Yeah, I don't really remember the PS3 one so well. I've got one though. I'll have to try that again.
Yeah, I haven't used the visualizer. I haven't used the audio on the PS3 for a long time, but yeah, I do
The only
remember
reason I
using
ask
both of
you,
them.
the only reason I say that is because I remember going to a house party back in the midst of time, and the guy whose house it was, he had a PS3, and it was
Don't tell me
quite
that,
new.
Tommy. You've never been to a party.
Oh, somebody else who I know went to a party and they told me that.
Told you right? Yeah, no, that's fair.
The guy had a PS3 and it was on the TV because he was using it to play music, and it just
Yeah.
had like this like sort of almost like not a panorama, but it was like a view of the Earth that just never
Yeah.
changed, and that just sticks in my mind for some reason.
I mean, it's not the spaceship from the Saturn, is it?
Well, no.
No, nothing will be as grand as that ever again.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Tommy, tell us your tale.
Yeah, I mean, like Chris, I had an original Xbox. I had it all the way through its sort of natural lifespan. Had it at the
That whole
time.
2 years.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was pretty short time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And as I mentioned earlier, I was living in a house share at the time with a guy who got a 360. So I had a little bit of a history with the original Xbox. And I saw this thing in his room, and I was just like, "Wow, this is amazing." I think similar to you, Chris, he did have the Rockstar table tennis game, which just blew my mind with just the fabric of the players, on their shirts. I was just like, I remember
they
just
look
looking at
so
it going,
good, and the sweat as well. You can see the sweat on the shirts.
I
and
do
the
not
heads.
understand
So
what
good.
happened with that. Just like watching it, it's like what made everybody love it. I was like, I quite like playing table tennis,
I played it so much. It was I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, but then I didn't actually get my own till it would have probably been around about 2008. So it'd been out quite a while at this point, and I remember this because, as you alluded to earlier, Chris, the first versions of the 360 didn't have a HDMI, but the one I got did. So it must have been after 2007. But I can just remember sitting in my little room with my little, again, chunky little silver HD TV. It was a flat screen, but it was like really fat, like really deep.
Yeah, the same as my one was.
And it was probably 720p to be honest, HD ready, inverted commas. And just playing like Gears of War on it and just being like absolutely blown away by just how cool everything was. And since then obviously I've gone on to own every other Xbox model that's been released. I'm sat here with my Series X staring at me. So
towering over you.
Yeah, towering over me. I hope it doesn't fall on me. But it was. I came to the 360 as an owner probably a couple of years after it was released, so it had a good time to get some decent games into the library, and I think I hit it just at the right time because I know you two obviously went to it a lot earlier than I did, and maybe sort of lived through the more barren times, when there weren't that many sort of big hitters.
Well, I think Chris got in just at the right time. I think sort of late 2006 is when the system really took off. So the first year was, like I say, you had that launch period with the launch games, and then there was like nothing until Prey and Oblivion came out. And then after those two, again, you had months to wait until the next few games when it was like Dead Rising, and then Gears of War, then Lost Planet just after Christmas the following year, and Crackdown. God,
You've
Well,
actually just
yeah.
unlocked a memory for me because
Mhm.
I remember that the guy whose first the Xbox when I first saw it, he did actually have Oblivion, and I had Morrowind on the original Xbox, and I can just remember like seeing the visual leap between the two and going, "Wow, this is crazy." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like the way it looked compared to PS2 because I was coming off PS2 GameCube, and then seeing like Project Gotham Racing 3, I was like,
Mm.
holy shit,
Mm.
this is so much better than anything I've ever seen on those platforms. And yeah, it was just mind blowing how big of a leap it was. I did also pick up Madden for some reason. I do remember
I do
seeing.
that every so often.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even really like American football, but fine, I'll try it. And I remember thinking, well, this looks amazing, but weren't there more modes in the previous game that I played on PS2? Is all I could think. I was like, it's like pretty barren.
Weren't there more
Uh,
modes on Joe Montana on the Sega Master System? Possibly.
yeah, the Xbox 360 launch Madden was pretty dire. I think FIFA was the same as well, like really, really barren. But I wasn't buying FIFA back then because FIFA was absolute
Was it
shit
FIFA
back then.
06, wasn't it? FIFA 06 with
Yeah,
Rooney
Road
and
to World Cup.
Ronaldinho. What was
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
Road to World Cup was the one. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get that, but I did
Obviously,
play
the
it at
best
someone
football
else's.
game on the Xbox was the Sensible Soccer on the Live Arcade.
Sensible World of Soccer on
Yeah.
Xbox Live Arcade.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I still play that quite regularly, actually. But
Is it
yeah,
on? Is that backwards compatible?
it is backwards compatible. Yeah,
I wonder if I've got. Can't remember. I need to check that.
yeah. I don't know if it's still available for sale though.
No, I own it though, so it should
Okay,
be. And most of my stuff is installed on the Series X, so if it is,
this
it should
actually
be.
leads us in quite well, actually, to the next topic then, because we're talking about Xbox Live Arcade game there. So one of the
Yeah.
really big things of the early years of the Xbox Live Arcade of the Xbox 360 that really defined it was Xbox Live Arcade. You just like we were talking about earlier with Assault Heroes and Geometry Wars, and then later on we ended up getting like the Summer of Arcade was a thing. I
Oh,
think that
such
started
a
in
thing.
2007, 2008, and that was amazing as well. Like all these indie games that were coming, you had things like Braid, and yeah, it was such good times to be a gamer. I remember one of the best times I had one of my favorite times I had as a gamer was when Res HD came out on Xbox Live Arcade. It came out around the same time as Devil May Cry 4 and Burnout Paradise, and I just thinking I will never be happier as a gamer again. I am so in love with these three games, and
And has that rung true?
no, I've been happier since, but at the time, it was the happiest I'd been. But yeah, and it was just such good times. That would have been early 2008, I think.
It was definitely in my shoot 'em up era for that stuff. So many great shooters came,
Yeah,
and were
it
always
was.
like really cheap. And then the phenomenon that was Aegis Wing, the free one that
Oh yeah,
um only came out in the States. I think it was like developed by some students or something, so it was released for free in America. But it
yeah.
was relatively straightforward to just create an American account on your Xbox and download it. And it supported 4-player simultaneous. It was a horizontal scrolling shooter.
Oh yeah,
Really
yeah.
good fun, and you could attach the ships together, like to get superpower power ups, and to do the last achievement and to make it possible to get the score you needed for it. The best way to do that was to be attached to another ship. Anyway, I did it playing with a controller in each hand, flying
like
two ships. Yeah, and
Robotron 64
exactly.
on
Well,
the
yeah,
N64.
something similar. Yeah, because once you'd merge the two ships together, as long as you could navigate to fly them together, you could then play it like that, and with only occasions needing to just press an extra button with your nose or something.
Yeah.
But that was good. So having cleared the game like that to get that last achievement, and then my friend telling the story to other people, like it was stuff of legend. So I'm never going to top this as a gaming achievement.
Did you
But
guys
there's
ever
one.
play? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say it's one of the sad things is I have been entirely unable to get that to download because I think it is backwards compatible, but there's issues with me trying to get American stuff on my system now.
Yeah, because there were a few, weren't there, that were on Xbox Live Arcade in America that you couldn't get over here. Which was one of them was obviously that amazing Dorito Dash game, and there was another one with the Yaris as well.
Oh god, yeah, I
Oh,
did
yeah.
actually download that. That was awful.
That was so bad. But I will say this, that I honestly thought that Xbox Live Arcade was one of the best libraries of games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like forget the stuff that was on the retail shelves. It was like, no,
Mhm.
Xbox Live Arcade is where it's at. Like,
That's definitely where I
so
spent the
many.
majority of my time. I think because of it, it sort of peaked for online gaming for me and for so many people. Like Xbox Live was so good that I played the big boys, like Halo 3, Modern Warfare 2 and 3. But I felt like those were mostly the games I was playing just like online with mates, and then my time was mostly spent on the Live Arcade.
Did you guys ever play Uno Roulette?
No,
I
but
played
I'm
Uno. I
familiar
enjoyed
with
it.
it. I'm familiar with the
So Uno
legendary
was
status.
so I used to like playing Uno online, right? But the roulette part came from if you would play someone who had a camera on and they didn't have their dick out.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I remember that was a thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was always quite a fun evening to just try and skip past the play, try and leave a game when someone's got their penis right in the camera, and you're like, oh God's sake.
Like low res, like 20 frames a
Yeah,
second penis. Like,
yeah,
yeah, no, thanks. Cheers.
yeah, yeah. It's not even that an impressive dick. Come on, at least show me something with a bit of girth as well as length. Come on. But yeah, the Xbox Live Arcade for me though, I spent so much money on that bloody thing. But the good thing was, because I was working at the time in games development, so I was on PartnerNet as well. So I was able to get these games a little bit earlier at work, which was great. But then obviously I couldn't then transfer my stuff home because I wasn't allowed to use my own login in the office. Because obviously, if you're playing on an Xbox 360, that's because that's what happened with that guy from. I ended up working with this guy actually at Frontier. He person who outed the GTA 4 thing, the trophies stuff
Oh
for
yeah.
not the trophies, the achievements for GTA 4.
So
As he
what's the
was using
story
his.
here, Chris? I mean, you can't just like sort of
Oh, so there was a
mention
guy who
that
was
and then just
working.
like,
He was working at Rockstar Lincoln, and he used his own login, his own Xbox Live account to play GTA 4. And as soon as he pinged an achievement, it then opened it up onto, do you remember trueachievements.com?
right. Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
it pinged and then it sent the achievements through.
Oh,
So
so people could
he
see
was,
it.
Yeah.
yeah, so
I
people
sort of
could see
remember
what
that.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, and that made it into the news at the time. I was like, oh, the achievements have been leaked. It can't be that far away from launch now. That sort of stuff.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, I ended up working with that guy. Yeah, he was a good guy actually. But yeah, he didn't know what he was doing, obviously. But yeah, these are the things that we were told as well. We're like, you can't use your own Xbox Live login. I was like, that's so annoying because I could use that on PartnerNet and then go home and then have all these games that I've been able to get from work for free.
And all my friends would see me playing games that they can't have in your
Yeah.
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Chris, just regarding PartnerNet, how did it look? What was the interface like? Was it just like Xbox Live? Was it just, could you just go on there and it was just full of
No,
games?
so it was
Or
more listed. It was more lists than anything. So you'd go in and you just like scroll a list of stuff.
okay.
So it didn't look like Xbox Live Arcade, which had like all the different screenshots and demos and things. This was literally, here's a list of the games, and they'd all have points on them, but you just download them. It wouldn't ask you for any money, which was weird, unless the company must have had a credit card system set up or anything. But
Was
they
it
never
like
stopped us.
scrolling? Was it like scrolling like like when you get like one of them emulator consoles and they've got like loads of random games that you don't know what they
Yeah, it's
are?
kind of, it was, from
Yeah.
what I remember, it was kind of like that. We are talking over 15 years ago since I last used PartnerNet. 14 years ago, yeah, 14 years ago. But yeah, it wasn't like Xbox Live Arcade. It didn't look the same at all. But I did find games on there that I didn't know were good because I didn't have to pay for them, so I gave them more of a chance. So that was good, being able to do that. Did you ever play The More?
No, I didn't, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, you see,
I'll
I
be
think
honest. I didn't really play a lot of Xbox Live Arcade because I didn't have the internet for quite a while before.
Jesus, that's like having a car without wheels when you've
Well,
got an Xbox
yeah, I mean,
360.
I
it
mean,
was.
Tommy didn't get the internet till 2015, so give him a break.
I
He still
mean,
had dial-up for his Dreamcast.
I'm loath to mention this because I don't want to sound like Uncle Albert, but at the time I was in the Navy, so I had this Xbox 360, and I
During the
couldn't
war.
get it on. I couldn't get it on the internet because there was just nowhere to get the internet where I was based. Do you know what I mean? So it was only
You are
later on when
literally what Don Matrix said. You know, when they said
Oh
when the
yeah.
Xbox One was originally announced as online only,
Yeah.
and the press were like, "What about people who don't have the internet?" And they're like, "We have a 360. We have the Xbox 360 for you." You were there. You were that person. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that some of my other favorite games on the Xbox Live Arcade were like Pac-Man Championship Edition.
Amazing.
So bloody good. Castle Crashers was another absolute banger. What other ones I love? Galaga Legions, that was superb. Shadow Complex, the Trials HD games as well. What else? Oh yeah, and then they did releases of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade, which was up for a little bit of time and then was taken down. Then Castlevania Symphony of the Night as well.
Yeah, that's how I played Castlevania Symphony of the Night as well. That was my first Castlevania, was the Xbox Live Arcade one. We talked about that one, I think.
Yeah, and then there's what was the other one I was thinking of? Hydro Thunder, when that came to Xbox Live Arcade as well. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But I think I had rose tinted glasses for the Dreamcast one, because I remember thinking the Dreamcast version looked better than what the game looked like on Xbox Live Arcade. And then I played the Dreamcast one and I was like, oh no, okay.
No.
It didn't look as good as I remember, because I remember it looking like photorealistic on the Dreamcast, and then playing it on the Xbox. I was like, oh, this looks kind of crap. And I'm playing the two side by side. I was like, okay, the Xbox One looks better, but my memory has not been kind to me on this one, but has been very kind to Hydro Thunder and the Dreamcast in general. But yeah, but that
has
was
been a sad loss with it not being on backwards compatibility was the incredible Bomberman Live.
Oh man, yeah, I played that so much.
There's a weird follow-up which I have got on my other Xbox, Battle something, which is not as good, but Bomberman Live was played so much, and it did this incredible thing which is missing from so many online games, where I think it was 8 players max. It wasn't quite the Saturn Bomberman, but you could have like up to 4 on your console and play online with any other combination. So when we were playing that online, it was regularly me and my partner playing online with my friends or another couple, it's 2 there, my ex's dad and her brother in another house. And we used to play all the time, and it worked so well. And then I feel like there are so many games that should do that, but just don't for no good reason. Like Worms, all the online version of Worms should be able to support that, and they just don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, for me, that's the second best version of Bomberman after the Saturn one.
Yeah, I think I said the same back in that time period as well. Do you guys play Double Dragon Neon?
Nope.
I think I've got a feeling I might have had that on PS3.
Yeah,
because I did later get the PS3 and start getting the stuff on there.
I definitely have it on the Xbox, because I remember seeing it on my backwards compatible list recently. And yeah, that was really cool. That was Way Forward doing this one. It had this amazing soundtrack, which was like 80s style pop songs, but made by Way Forward. It was so bloody good. It was a really good version of Double Dragon, actually. What were some other games that I really loved?
I have some really random games on my Series X that I must have bought at some point, but I don't remember buying them. But things like Guardian Heroes,
I was going to say
that's really good. Yeah,
you know what I mean. And they must have been Xbox Live Arcade games.
Yes,
they were. And Radiant Silvergun came to Xbox Live Arcade. Ikaruga.
That's how I played games like that, because it was the cheapest way to do that too.
There was Nights into Dreams, Daytona. Outrun
Yeah, yeah,
Online
you're
Arcade,
right. Yeah, yeah.
Afterburner
Omega
Climax,
5 was an incredible
Omega
shoot 'em
5.
up. Yeah,
That's backwards compatible because I've got it on my
yeah,
Xbox at the
I've
moment.
got that on mine. Yeah, but
Did you mention Afterburner Climax then? Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was so good. They also did the God, what was it called? The Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, was it? That was an Xbox Live Arcade game.
Mhm.
Super Meat Boy, Fez, Limbo. Yeah, there's just.
R-Type Dimensions was really good.
Oh yeah, R-Type Dimensions was really cool. There was the Hardcore Uprising, the Contra game.
Yes, which was too hard.
And then Bastion, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's a great game.
There was the Zuma
Yeah.
stuff that took
Oh
over
yeah,
my
yeah,
friend's list for a while.
but
Fighting
yeah.
Viper's got a good lots of release as
Yes, Fighting Vibe was really good. Virtua Fighter 2 as well, that got released on it.
Yeah.
Sonic the Fighters.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
One game that I really wasn't a massive fan of, but still liked the actual gameplay was Lumines Live. Like, because the base game, you buy it for like 800 points and you think that's enough, but then they sold you the rest of the game that, you know, if you wanted like the full PSP game, you ended up spending more than you would on the PSP game. And it's like, oh Jesus Christ! It's meant to be a small release. You know, it's not supposed to be like you have to buy everything piecemeal. It was ridiculous.
That's how they get you, though, Chris.
I know, but I was so angry with that, Tom. So angry.
The Live Arcade was also how I played Banjo Kazooie, because I bought the nuts and
I
bolts.
got released to it and
free.
Perfect Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, I've got Perfect Dark still on my Series X.
Yeah, I've got
I think I didn't
Perfect
get
Dark
that till Rare
mine.
Replay, I think, which is later.
Yeah, I got that. I got that as soon as it came out on Xbox Live Arcade. Because they didn't do the full games for quite a long time, did they? I mean, it must have been quite late, maybe 2010, when the full games started coming to Xbox Live, that you could buy them and download them. But I think that's probably because of hardware sizes, because it was really the S that had bigger hard drives. Because you couldn't buy anything bigger than the 120 back then.
No. It was interesting, wasn't it? Like the little limits that they had on costs and stuff for them for a while.
Well, yeah, because there was that 50 meg limit, wasn't it, on sizes of Xbox Live Arcade games, so that they could fit onto the 64 meg memory cards.
Oh God, yeah.
But it was changed for Symphony of the Night, though, wasn't it? Like they changed the limit because Symphony of the Night wouldn't fit.
Possibly, because it was also linked to the pricing, wasn't it, as well? Like similar to what they did with the Wii.
Yeah.
You had stuff that was like, I think your Geometry Wars and Joust and stuff were like 400 points, and then some were 800. Remember when we had to have a separate currency for ages for all the stores?
Yeah. Yeah. So PSN always used money, didn't they? And
Yeah,
it's just Nintendo and Microsoft. Yeah. And it'd be annoying because you could only buy like 1,500 points. And nothing was 1,500 points. It was like 1,200 points was like the most.
It was almost like they did it on purpose.
Yeah, and you'd be there going, well, now I'm going to have to buy some shitty themes or gamer pictures. And I did.
Speaking of like memory sizes, one thing you just reminded me of there with that comment about the 64 meg memory card is that I had I got an unofficial hard drive for my first Xbox 360, so I couldn't play original Xbox games on it because it wouldn't create a partition because it wasn't an official hard. And I was just like, what is this? Like, so even back then they were doing things to like lock you out of like additional features unless you bought the official thing. But an unofficial one was so much cheaper than like an official 360 hard drive.
Yeah, I completely forgot they did unofficial ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But yeah, I do remember them now that you said it. I can picture them on the top of an Xbox 360 looking really crap compared to the official one that fits snugly in. It looked a bit like a shoe. Yeah. But no, they were cool. I think Xbox Live Arcade for me was like the defining feature of that console. Like, hands down for me. That was just where I spent my time. It's where I spent most of my money. Like I might as well have just had a direct debit into the
credit to
into
Microsoft
account.
in the sense that I still play a bunch of those now on my current.
Oh yeah, me too.
Generations away.
Yeah, I mean it is absolutely brilliant that they've still got those, that they've been able to get those a lot of them onto the newer systems.
Yeah. It's a shame
So
that
yeah,
we lost
massive
a few, but
heroes.
I'm still impressed that the
But
vast
the ones they've
majority of what
lost
I
though,
bought there.
but the ones they've lost are things that that have been delisted. It's not like they've got rid of stuff that you can still buy. A lot of them have been delisted or been replaced with like a newer version.
Yeah, no, I mean, even
But
it's stuff like this. It's weird that it's stuck like that Bomberman Live, and
yeah,
but I
what
could
was that?
just pick up a 360 and it would work. I could download it.
Yeah, what was that ninja game? There was a 2D ninja game on the Xbox Live Arcade. It's been released on everything since, like a remastered version. I can't remember the name of it now, but that was absolutely amazing. It was from, was it Scar Studios?
I have a feeling I half know what you're talking about, but I couldn't tell you its name.
Shit, I would turn my Xbox on, but then it would make a really loud noise.
Yeah, I knew we did
and
that
find
earlier
out.
when you were talking about Sensible Soccer. I need to find out if that's installed.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously like Sensible Soccer as well. I mean, who would have thought they would have got Sensible World of Soccer? It was just, it was so good. Like they were just releasing so many great games on that. It was, yeah, it was hard to keep up actually. They did the really good. The Capcom did the Bomberman Rearmed games. Not Bomberman, Bionic Commando Rearmed games as well, and they were really, really freaking good as well.
It was cool because you did get some good publisher support. Because like all the Sonics
Yeah.
are on there individually, so I own all them.
Yeah,
those versions.
yeah, because they are on there, aren't they? They're Digital Eclipse as well, aren't they? They did those ones.
I can't remember without checking, but that sounds right. I don't think I was appreciating them as much as I do now.
Yeah,
At the
I
time.
think I've got all of them on my current Xbox as well. All the Sonic games downloaded again,
Yeah, I do.
including Sonic CD, which
Yeah.
I could not believe that came out. That was like happy days when that one came out, and the fact that we also got the proper EU version's music, but with the American speed, rather
Yes,
than
of course.
rather than the gimped PAL version, but with the crap American music. So that was
Yeah.
pretty good that we got a win on that one.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
That's
But
a
yeah,
nice touch.
I honestly, for me, absolutely incredible library of games. I think we'll have a quick break and then we'll come back and we can start talking a bit more about like the exclusives and other things that we liked about the console. Does that sound good?
That sounds good, man.
Awesome.
Cool.
This Christmas, save over £100 when you buy an Xbox 360 Premium Pack, Project Gotham Racing 3, Xbox Live Arcade, and an extra wireless controller, all for an amazing $279.99.
Game the next level.
Hi, welcome back. We're now going to get into a bit more Xbox 360 talk. So yeah, guys, I just remembered the blades on the Xbox 360, the UI was...
I mean, everything since then's been a step backwards, right?
Yeah, it's been terrible. Yeah. But the blades were just simplicity. They did everything perfectly well.
One of the great taunts is if you load up a 360 Live Arcade game or whatever on your current console and it loads that OS in, and you get little snaps of it, and you're like, "This is what we've lost. This is what you took from us."
I used to spend ages like pressing the bumpers down and go.
Oh yeah, just swiping through.
Swiping through. It was just fun. It was just like I could do this for hours, and I did. But yeah, I really missed the blades. They were my favourite UI for any game console.
Yeah, the current UIs on all the consoles is dreadful.
The thing I miss is the little kind of like the little avatar of yourself that you could like kind of like deck out with like background stuff and give it little like emotes and stuff, and it was just like
it still kicks around now. It's just really hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, my one's wearing a Sega Saturn t-shirt somewhere on my I don't know where he is, but he's there with his Sega Saturn t-shirt.
Yeah, mine was playing with a little remote control Radiant Silvergun ship.
Oh, that's what I think my one's got as well. Yeah, now that you've mentioned it, I remember that. Yeah. But the avatars, they decided to hide them, didn't they? Because because it was the new Xbox experience, wasn't it? That came out in late 2008.
Wasn't that something they got Rare to do instead of making games?
Yeah, they got them to make the avatars, didn't they, for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, which was it was just their response to the Mii's, though, wasn't it? To try and make it
Yeah.
a bit more personable like that. But
Yeah,
one
because they did
really
make a
cool
couple of
thing.
games with it, didn't they? Like
This
that
is what I was
come
going
with
to
the
say.
tail
They
thumbs
did
and
make
stuff. Yeah.
one really, really cool reason for the avatars, and that was 1 versus 100,
Oh yeah,
which was
the quiz
so
thing.
good. Yeah, it was, but it was at specific times as well, wasn't it? So you had to be logged in to actually participate in 1 versus 100, and a lot of the times you didn't ever get to play. You'd just sit and watch, which was
I don't know if I ever
great.
even
But
tried it. I liked the idea.
it was really cool. But I only played it about 4 times. I think I was home 4 times when they were on. But it was a really cool idea and something they didn't really do again. They also did Game Room. Do you remember Game Room?
Vaguely.
What's?
So
I
it was
mean,
like a virtual arcade for your avatar to walk around, and then you'd go up and
yes.
to the arcade machines, and you
Yeah,
could buy
that's
the
yeah,
games or trial them,
yeah.
which was quite cool. They had some really, really good arcade games in there. They also did the
Yeah.
Xbox Live indie games as well.
Oh,
Where
the stuff that didn't have achievements, but was
yes,
because I had a couple of those. That was a really weird shooter. Oh, what was that called? Where you flew like 8 ships at once. Oh God, I bought that again after on Steam. I can't think what it's called.
I bought a few games. I can't remember them now because I can't find them because they're not backwards compatible.
No, of course they're not. I think that was again why I bought it on Steam, but I can't think what it was called. But if it comes back to me, I'll just shout it out.
But yeah, that was another decent use of the avatars. So I'm glad you mentioned those, Tom. Obviously, they were used quite a lot in the Connect games. But we'll get to Connect a bit later. Let's stick to the good stuff first. So should we talk a bit about the games that we really loved on the system? So do you want to go first, Tommy?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I've still got a fairly sizable 360 kind of physical library presently. So, I mean, and most of them aren't actually backwards compatible, but some of them are. And one of the games I found myself playing very regularly is a game called Split Second, which even though it's I
That is
don't,
backwards compatible.
it is,
Yes,
yeah,
it
that's
is.
yeah, it is,
Oh, I
yeah,
thought you
yeah.
said it wasn't.
No, there's quite a few that aren't. But this one, Split Second, is just a phenomenal arcade racer, like just one of the best. Still play it all the time. There are some weird like glitches with the graphics because I think it's like being emulated on the Series X, but otherwise it's just great. Some of the games that I can't play, which I really wish I could. I did have a 360 up until quite recently, but I gave it to my nephew because he wanted to play Minecraft on it. But I've still got the games, so I can just look at them on the shelf, and they are things like Project Gotham 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's a travesty that they're lost.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. And the weird thing is, though, it's like Activision are now owned by Microsoft as well, and so
Yeah.
they would have had Bazaar's, all of the stuff that Bazaar Creations had. So it's like, why can't we just have Project Gotham? Why can't we have it? Like,
Yeah.
And you must
I
have all
mean,
the sources stuff. So if you need to rip out music or even redo the cars with fictional ones, whatever it is to get around the licensing, we just want to buy the games, man.
you see,
Yeah.
because that's the thing, though. Microsoft are fine with doing it with the Tony Hawk's games,
Yeah.
like to keep the music. So I don't know. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, sorry, Tommy.
no, it's all right. I was briefly. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Halo series. I've got them all on the 360. Big fan of the Gears of War franchise.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm very kind of vanilla when it comes to the Xbox 360 games. It was just the big stuff that I kind of got into. Yeah, not really anything other than those, to be honest.
I think the other big hitter from those would be the Fable 2 and 3.
See, I wasn't
So
a fan of
play
those. I'm not a fan of RPGs, so I didn't. I kind of missed out on those ones. But obviously, I'm aware of the reverence that they have.
Yeah. But funnily enough, though, it was the 360 is how I broke my thing of never playing JRPGs, and now they are something I do because of
Lost Odyssey?
Lost Odyssey, yeah, which was superb. And then what I think potentially is still in contention for my favourite JRPG ever, which is Eternal Sonata.
Okay.
So
Fantastic
good.
soundtrack.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And one of the very few game soundtracks that I would regularly listen to. I know that is a thing that most people do, but I'm not one of them. But I did have all 4 CDs of that on my iPod for quite a long time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Eternal Sonata as well. That was a fun game. It had the combat from like the Tales series.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
it
big
was
chunks
really,
of
really
history just in between the chapters.
Yeah, as you're
Here's some
playing
stuff about
as
Frederick Chopin's life.
because you're playing as Chopin, aren't you, on his
Yeah,
deathbed?
yeah.
Like,
As he's in a
you're going
fever
through his
dream as he
mind.
dies
Yeah,
of tuberculosis. Yeah. It's
yeah.
lovely, uplifting stuff.
What? What the hell? I've never even heard of this. What are you talking about?
How have you never? So yeah, it is that game. He's not lying. It is you are dying on your deathbed, and you're having this fever dream adventure as Chopin.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as a JRPG. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
Absolutely incredible game.
But yeah, like we were
Uh,
saying, an absolutely phenomenal soundtrack.
I think a lot of the games that I am quite fond of are things that were not really exclusive to the Xbox 360. So, some of the kind of cross-platform things like the Dirt series, Dirt 3
Yeah,
was
Dirt
really
3 was
cool.
incredible. I really like the
Yeah,
grid. There's 3 grid games, isn't there, on the system? So there's the
yeah,
first.
they're brilliant, really, really good.
Yeah, they're really cool. I really
See,
like those.
I got really into Forza Motorsport, having never been a real sim racer. But with the second game, as I mentioned earlier, and then I played a lot of 3 and 4, but slightly less of each. So we went from like 2 weeks of game time in the second game and a few days in the third, that sort of thing, and dropping off. But then I bounced off Forza Horizon when I first tried it. I think we talked about this, Chris, with that. I think the obnoxiousness of it was too much, too jarring first. And then so I didn't really get into those until the Xbox One, when I played the second one and then went back and played the first as a backwards compatibility thing then. But
Yeah, I think
certainly
Forza
Motorsport at that
Horizon,
time.
Forza Motorsport 2 is probably my favourite of that series still.
I think I was getting diminishing returns from the sequels. I had good time
Yeah.
with them, but I
Well,
haven't enjoyed them since 4 at
was
all.
it 4 and 5 that were just basically like Top Gear, the game?
Yeah, you had to try not to engage too much with that or risk having to poke your own eyes out. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Which was the one that had like the big emphasis on the puddles? Was that 5? Forza Motorsport 5?
I think
there was,
was that
yeah,
6, wasn't
because I
it?
did. I think no, because was 5 the launch one that was really bare bones.
yes, that's it.
6,
Sorry, yeah. So it must have been 6 because
Yeah.
they made a big deal about the fact that if you drove through puddles, it really kind of like could mess up your race. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just remember that
Because
sticking in my mind. Going like,
I still, I played quite a bit of 6 and 7, but I mostly skipped 5 because I didn't have the thing.
7's probably my second favourite of the series because it's kind of more akin back to the pureness of the second game.
Yeah.
Whereas I
The
think
thing
the
I
others
found
that,
with them, the racing was great in the game, but
Yeah.
all of the stuff around it was so dull. Like,
yeah, exactly. But that's where I felt that 2 and 7 were like we are just this racing game, right?
I
We're
think
not
it
going to give
was
you
like
any more
7
bullshit.
no, 7 still had the mods and stuff that I didn't like.
Yeah,
Well, the mods
you can
and
add
stuff I like.
buffs to your like race kind of thing. Yeah.
If you put
Yeah.
this sticker on, you'll get,
Oh, that
sidekick
sort of
mode.
mods. Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Forgot.
Yeah, you've just worked that
But you
out.
could
It's
still
fine.
ignore those.
Yeah. It was the things that's like unnecessary, and there's a nice sidebar because I think I did play this on the 360, which was the Street Fighter X Tekken. Had a
played that on
similar
Vita.
thing that every so often I forget. I enjoyed the game, but I don't remember there was a weird gem system that broke it. So like you could equip gems to do more damage and stuff. Had no business being in that kind of a game at all.
Was
But
that
it
on the
similar.
Vita?
It was on
It
the
was
Vita
on
as
the
well.
Vita,
Yeah,
yeah.
I played.
Yeah, I
I've got
played
it
it on the Vita. Yeah.
I liked it on the Vita because you could play as Cole from Infamous. Nice little bonus Easter egg.
Street Fighter 4 obviously was just one of the best fighting games for me. of all time, and the arcade edition, and Super Street Fighter 4 and all that. I played a lot of those with the Horay fighting stick, which loads
The
of
one
people
with the
still
green.
use. Yeah, it was such a solid stick for the money.
Yeah, I got that for Virtua Fighter 5 when that came out.
Same. I had the edition, I had the Virtua Fighter stickers. Did you have that one?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and stuck all the stickers all over it. Yeah, that was me too.
Did any of you get any of the faceplates for the Xbox 360?
No,
No,
I was going to
but
ask
I
that
remember
question
them.
earlier when we were
Yeah.
talking.
I
Yeah,
got one, which was it was the Halo 3 one, just because I pre-ordered Halo 3, and when I went to pick it up, they gave me it for free.
Mm.
So I was like, well, I might as well put it on. And then I put it on, and I was like, I immediately regret this. It looks so freaking stupid. This is coming off right away. And then as
I
I tried
always
to
liked
take
the
it up, I
idea of
snapped
it, but yeah, I never found one that I wanted enough.
I always like the idea of the wooden one, or the wood effect.
Yeah,
one.
that was the
Do you
one I
know what
really wanted, so it looked like an Atari.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was not good. Are there any other games you guys want to talk about before I go like marauding off into all the games I wanted to talk about?
I just want to give a special mention to Gears of War 3, because I was a big fan of Gears of War, and I loved the first and the second one, obviously. Not so much Judgment, but then when 3 came out, it was such it's a really cringy term, this, but it was a graphical tour de force, and it really made the Xbox 360 sort of sweat. Do you know what I mean? And some of them big boss battles, you could tell it was struggling, but it was like, this is what they want to really show off what they can do in terms of game design. And I just remember some of the boss fights where it was just like properly like sinking down to like 15, 20 frames a second, because it was struggling to like keep up with all the action going on. I was like, yeah, work Xbox. This is what I want to see, But yeah,
See,
I love that game.
Yeah, I liked Gears 3. Gears 2, I got annoyed with the. There's two bits in it I really hated. One where you're driving over the ice.
All right.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like the most stupid, shitty, instant death shit ever. It was just so crap. And the other bit was when you had to drag the bomb. Do you remember? And you have to. There's two of you moving this bomb together.
Oh, I can't remember
That
that,
sounds
to be honest.
familiar.
And it's just excruciating. And it's just like, oh my God, I would rather just watch the ending on YouTube now. I can't keep doing this. It's so crap. Especially when you're doing it in co-op as well, because you're trying to do it
I
in
only
time
played through them
over
in co-op.
online.
Yeah.
That was the only way to play Gears of War, right? Is to play it
Yeah.
co-op, because on your own it's not as good.
Well,
oh yeah, I forgot. Tommy didn't have the internet, did he?
I don't know. No mates with no
All
internet.
friends.
Yeah. Oh dear, poor Tommy.
I had a couple.
Gears. Yeah,
okay, sorry to wrap up on Gears. It was just Viva Pinata.
Oh yeah.
Which was
that was fantastic fun.
Yeah, really good, and hadn't played anything else really like it. The incredible 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, which was cross-platform, but it's actually a good game, very similar to, and we can chuck this in as well, Sega's Club.
Oh, the club from Bizarre Creations,
the shoot 'em up thing, but it had a lot in common. I think Blood on the Sand may have ripped it off or something along those lines, but it was quite similar in how they played. But that was quite good because I was quite into 50 Cent at the time, and I had been on the original Xbox and I played Bulletproof, which was not a good game.
Was that John Woo's Bulletproof?
No, that's John Woo's. Oh God, what was that?
Oh God, yeah, I know what you mean, but
that was one of
Stranglehold.
the
Stranglehold.
Stranglehold. That was one of the first games I played as well. Yeah, that was.
No, this was 50 Cent stuff, and
okay.
But yeah, whereas Bulletproof was bad, Blood on the Sand is actually a good game, and me and Phil picked it up. I think he might have already had his. I had to go on eBay and paid about 30 quid for it a couple of years ago, so that we could play it backwards compatible online together.
Is that backwards compatible?
Yes. So it holds its value really well.
Oh my God.
And then the other one I was just going to announce is because it came back to me what it was called when we were talking about those indies, is a game called Shoot One Up.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Vertical scrolling shooter with some really weird mechanics. But yeah, you flew like 8 ships at once in formation, and you could use the triggers to make the formation bigger or smaller to get to,
Now
obviously to
you said the
navigate the
name, I
bullets.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is, I think it's on Steam for like £2 or something. I bought
Okay,
it on
not
there
bad.
when I lost access to it on the Xbox.
But is Stranglehold backwards compatible as well? I want to know.
No, it's not.
Don't know.
It's not.
No.
Shocking.
I know. Neither is The Wheelman, starring Vin Diesel.
That's probably for the best.
But yeah, for me, I love the Fable games, 2 and 3, not the Journey or whatever it is.
No.
That was terrible. But yeah, Fable 2 and 3, I got ungodly hours into those games.
Yeah, same. I love those.
Other games for me, the game I probably put the most hours in was Crackdown.
Interesting.
I played that.
Yeah, didn't even
the
open it
thing
out
is,
of its shrink wrap.
I have one orb left to find in that game, and then I've done everything 100%.
What are you doing here talking to us when you should be finding an orb?
I can't do it. The thing is, I used them. I even printed out, rather than having to look at my phone to find a map of every orb in the game. And I've gone to every location, and I still can't find this one freaking orb.
So you don't know which one it is that you've not got?
Yeah, because I've got them all, right? So I don't know which one it is. I haven't. So I've been going through, and this took me so many years of my life.
I think maybe you should just start again, Chris. It's probably glitched.
No, I can't do it.
Delete your save and start again.
But I love that game. I love that game so much. And the fact that it came with the Halo 3 beta was pretty cool. But oh my god, I played a ridiculous amount of Crackdown. And it was really good fun in co-op as well, being able to run around and causing a lot of destruction in that, which was awesome. Other games I really, really enjoyed were obviously the Mass Effect games.
Oh, how did I forget them? Amazing. Yeah.
I love the first one, and then I didn't get into the second
one.
Still.
The first one for me, that was when I realised I'm never quitting gaming, no matter how hard I try. I was like, there's always going to be something like this that just pulls me back. And yeah, oh my god, that game was incredible. It was
sorry, Chris.
Good Star Trek.
Yeah, because in the first one you could get into that thing called the Mako, couldn't you?
And you could drive around the planet.
Yeah. But in the second one, didn't they remove it? You couldn't do it.
Yeah, but they gave you this the flying version one, but it's not to really get around. It's more mission based, that one, than it is anything else.
Yeah.
But it isn't the same thing. It doesn't. The first one is very much an RPG, right? But the second one is a shooter with RPG elements.
Yeah.
And
what do you think of the third one?
But I love all three. I think they're all fab.
Yeah.
I even like the fourth one as well. I think that's a really good game.
I haven't played that one, to be honest. I did like the bits with the elusive man. It felt like a proper sci-fi movie with the setting of this guy with a cigarette. I was like, what is this? This is amazing.
Yeah, I completely adore that series. I would definitely play that over and over again. So good. Who did you save in the first game? Caden or Ashley?
Honestly, can't remember. It's that long ago. I do remember the controversy about the ending of the third game, though, and I was just like, "What? Why is this such a big deal? Just choose."
Because gamers are babies, right? They're fucking entitled babies. Like, oh, you didn't give me what I wanted. It's like, so it's someone else's idea. Fucking live with it. So it's not up to them to do what you want. They're doing a creative vision. Fucking deal with it. Fucking dicks.
Wow. Or just go play Minecraft. Make your own story.
Yeah. I still haven't played the new ending for Mass Effect 3 because I refuse to complete it now. Because I'm like, no, I want to see what... I only want the ending that they originally gave us. I don't want this one that was given to us because fans were like, oh, this isn't what I wanted.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I just played what was on the disc, you know what I mean? I didn't go back to it or anything like that.
Yeah, and I play through it now, right up towards the end, and then I'm like, right, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to finish it. Because fuck those whiny little bitches online. It's like, this isn't your game for you to change. Someone else had this idea. They had a vision. That's what they've given us. If you didn't like it, it's up to you, right? It's not up to them to then give you what you want. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It's not how art works. It's like
Yeah.
fucking babies.
You suck it up and enjoy yourself like I would with 2 Human.
I was
Regardless of what
just
it turns
about
out.
to say, controversially, I really like 2 Human.
I enjoyed 2 Human. I was disappointed we didn't get more.
I thought it was a really cool game.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind
mean,
of,
it was
you know, it's
flawed, but
that,
I love the ideas and the
yeah,
aesthetic. It was really cool.
yeah. This whole Norse aesthetic they had wasn't
Yeah.
overdone at that point.
No.
Yeah. Speaking of Norse aesthetic, another game I really liked, which was cross-platform, but I loved it on Xbox 360, was Viking from
Oh, the
Creative
Sega one.
Assembly. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a great game.
Oh, I don't think I played that.
it's really good. It is really, really bloody good. Another from Sega actually, but is Obsidian developed, is Alpha Protocol, which is like Mass Effect but as a spy. You guys ever
Yeah,
play
I
that one?
saw it now, passed me by, but I did see it.
So. I think I played it, but I can't remember. It's been so long, since I got properly into the 360 library. But the name rings a bell. What was the one with the robot that slid around on his knees?
That was Vanquish. You weren't a robot,
Yes.
but you were a man in a suit. Yeah,
That's it.
Vanquish was amazing.
That was great. Yeah.
Binary Domain is another absolute stone cold classic on the 360. That's Sega from the Yakuza studio. It's mental, but it is really, really, really good. What other ones was I thinking? Obviously, the Halo games. I loved Reach the most, and then ODST following that.
Yeah.
Oh, banger. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. If you keep Master Chief away from Halo, I love it. But I mean, I still really like the ones with Master Chief in. But my favourite ones in the series usually don't have anything to do with Master Chief, which is really bizarre for the main character for me. Just be like, I prefer the other ones, mate. Okay. It's like, in The Simpsons where they've got the lambs, and they're looking at the first lamb like, mine's like that. It's like Master Chief. I'm like, I really like your games. And then they're just like, here's these other people. I'm like, you're much cuter. Get out of the way, Master Chief. But yeah, that was some really good times playing those, especially online. That's what I'm talking single player Halo there. But when talking online, Halo 3 is still the one that I have the most fond memories for.
Yeah.
In online.
I think that and the Modern Warfare were probably me at peak online shooter on the console.
My other one would probably be Rainbow Six Vegas. Like me and some friends used to play that a lot.
I did a lot of the Rainbow Six that was on the original Xbox with a couple of buddies. We played a lot of runs of the Terrorist Hunt on that, but I don't think I did any of them on the 360.
We used to do it all the time on the 360. It was like constantly played. We ended up doing that more than Gears of War because they came out around the same time, and we were playing a lot of Rainbow Six Vegas.
I loved Gears of War in co-op, but I never really took to the multiplayer in the same way, the deathmatching and stuff.
I used to play it quite a lot, the deathmatch on Gears of War, but once we all moved over to Rainbow Six Vegas, we didn't really go back to Gears of War. But Rainbow Six Vegas was just incredible. But the second one wasn't anywhere near as good, which was a shame.
One of the things that is leaping to the forefront of my mind is that the more we talk about these games is just how many bangers there were on the 360. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, they're all coming back. All the memories are coming back, and I'm just like, wow, it was just like huge game after huge game after huge game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's like playing Dead Rising and it's the first time I ever played a roguelike before. And just being like, wow, this is incredible. I like the idea of this sort of game. Not just the zombie thing, but like the time and like carrying on your experience and things like that into the next run, which was fantastic. And Lost Planet, I really, really liked the first Lost Planet game from Capcom.
I did play it a bit, but I didn't fully.
A big fan.
I don't think I fully got it.
I'm gonna have to turn on my Xbox later and play that.
The thing about
that is backwards compatible.
The concept was amazing, but then when you actually start playing it, and it's just a bit like not what you expect it's going to be. Because I was expecting it to be like more
bit amazing with its source.
I was expecting it to be like Gears of War, but it's just like you've got the timer and stuff. I'm just like, what is this? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because but then you get the thermal stuff to keep you warm so that you don't die. So you have to keep like shooting, so it encourages you to keep going in combat to get the thermal stuff.
No.
But then you've got the hook shot as well in it. So you've got that, well, not hook shot, grappling hook, sorry. Hook shot is from Zelda. But I mean, I loved that. I played so much Lost Planet as well in single player. I never really got into the multiplayer on that. But yeah, there were some absolutely incredible games on this system. Like I say, with oh god, what's it called? Lost Odyssey. That JRPG
Yes.
was just incredible. Except that
Oh
I got
yeah.
to a point in it where I hit a wall for about, I don't know, like 3 months. I just couldn't get past this one boss. And every night I'd go back, give it another go, and I'd be like, fuck this game, turn it off. And then like the following night I'd be like, okay, right, this time. No, I could not do it.
Yeah, no, I love that, and it's funny because I only really persisted playing it because it was so gorgeous. And I had a friend that was working at Microsoft at the time, but he wasn't in Xbox. He was just, some other division. But for whatever reason, he was given a copy before it came out and sold it to me for 50 quid, 15 quid, even, and so just posted it. So I was like, oh,
Nice.
okay. And it was more for my partner because she was big into RPGs. But I put it on to look at, and I'm like, this is stunning. And the next thing you know, I'm 20 hours in. I'm like, oh, guess I'm playing this now.
That was free by mistake at one point on Xbox Live if you to
Yeah.
download. I
I
remember
claimed
grabbing
it
that
then
while it's
because
free.
originally, obviously,
Yeah.
I played the original. I don't have any apart from my copy of 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, and I think I've got one of the Tekkens on disc, like Tekken Tag 2, I think.
Yeah, I've got
Other than that,
absolutely.
I've everything is digital, and I claimed that free version of Lost Odyssey just in case I ever felt like replaying it.
Yeah, it's sitting there on my Xbox, waiting to be replayed. I did finally beat that boss, by the way, but it just took me quite a few months of trial and error. But yeah, there was just so many good games. It was a fantastic system, and they did try with Japan. Like they really did try by getting these JRPGs and things like that. Did you
Did you
guys
ever
play any
play?
of?
Oh, you
I was
go
going
on.
to say, did you guys play the Lips series?
No.
I did play. I played one of them. My friends had the mics. It just wasn't SingStar in the same way that Seen It
No.
wasn't Buzz.
Yeah. They were made by the Owenden developers, the Nintendo DS rhythm games.
The Elite Beat
Which,
Agents
yeah,
was the localization of.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that,
but yeah,
but
yeah. I
would
played
make some
those.
sense, I suppose.
I bought the first one. I didn't buy any more than that. There was also the You're in the Movies. Do you remember that? You
Yes.
had the camera.
Yeah.
Never played it, but I remember it.
Yeah, I played it, but it wasn't that fun. They did try with lots of these different things to try and appeal to a broader audience. But I think what people wanted from the Xbox 360 was those Xbox 360 style experiences, you know?
Yeah.
And this sort of leads us into some of the darker times of Xbox where we sort of go,
The game I was just going to ask you because you reminded me of some of the things that were a little bit more niche. Was did you ever play Vortec Senko no Wonder?
yes, I did. Yes, I did. That was
I
a
have a
fantastic
friend.
game.
Yeah, I have a friend on my Xbox Live list still called Fufu Wax or something, who is I believe Korean. Doesn't as far as I can tell, doesn't speak English or and that any text like a bio is I can't understand it. Added me, I think, because of that game, because no one else was playing it, and I think we played once. And then I think it's a she, not sure. Plays a lot of the same shoot 'em ups that I do. So we have this thing where we've never spoken, like been able to exchange any words, but frequently, there's been a high score chase in pretty much everything since. I know particularly it was very fierce on Geometry Wars 2.
That's really cool.
But,
Isn't
yeah.
fufu what you call a lady area?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a translation thing though.
Okay.
But yeah, that game was the premise being a versus fighter shoot 'em up bullet hell, where you basically play as a boss from a shoot 'em up, fire in, but then get in close in the sort of mech way and
Yeah, and
hit each other
using
with
melee
swords maybe or
combat.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I played that quite a lot. I was really excited about it when I first saw it announced as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I pre-ordered it and everything,
yeah, me
but
too.
I
Because
yeah, I was
Ubisoft
hoping there
published it
was
over here.
I was hoping somebody was gonna, it was gonna be something I'd be able to play other people with. I think I've managed, apart from that one person, I think maybe one other game online once, and none of my friends are interested in playing it local.
But no, that was that. Yeah, I do remember that. That was actually really cool. There was so many good little weird games like that came out on the 360. Like it had such a good library, and this isn't just the live arcade stuff. It's
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was a full retail thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It was insane. But some of the lesser good things, though, because we have been like basically given the Xbox 360 fellatio here, is the Red Ring of Death.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Right. I mean, that shit was a problem.
Yeah, I think I only had it once.
Really?
I know I
I
had
don't think
friends
I
that had
ever
it
had
4 or
it.
5 times. Yeah.
Jeez, Tommy, how the
I never. I mean, I did own several different 360s over the course of its life. Different models,
yeah.
and yeah, none of them ever really went bad on me.
But a bunch of people
Um,
that bought consoles off Tommy.
yeah, just at that point, yeah. Oh, this is getting a bit ropey. I'm going to sell it
Yeah,
now. Off you go.
yeah, there's a Red Ring of Death after owning one for a week.
Yeah, my first Xbox 360 that errored was the core one, but that wasn't the Red Ring of Death at first. It was it was the one where it kept saying that the disc can't be read. That
Oh yeah.
one that came up, and that was because apparently the laser had fallen. So I
Okay.
phoned up Xbox support, and when I was on the phone, I lived not too far from a train track, right, and I was on the top floor of a flat, of a block of flats. And I phoned up Xbox Live support, and a train came by at the time, and the guy on the phone said, "Oh, do you live near a train track?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, it's advised really that you shouldn't really be near train tracks with an
You shouldn't
Xbox."
live near a train track. Yeah.
And I was like, "So you're telling me I need to move for your console to work properly?" And he was like, "No, no, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's not advised to be like near train tracks with the Xbox 360 because it can juggle things loose." Which is clearly what's happened here, he said. And I was like, but as if blaming me for moving into a flat with a train track nearby.
I mean, it seems like your fault to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, this wasn't even a year old at this point. This would have been sort of August 2006. And I just remember saying, no, you guys need to replace this. I'm not paying for a new one or repairs. You're replacing it. It's been less than a year. And he was like, yeah, but you do live near a train track. And I was like, right. I don't remember buying my Xbox 360 and the person at the store saying to me, please sign here to say that you will not live near a train track with owning this console. And I don't remember seeing that in any terms and conditions. So you're replacing this because it's clearly not working. And yeah, then they ended up sending me, I had to wait like 2 weeks to get a new one sent back. And then that one died on the Halo 3 beta launch day. I literally got into my first game. It's like boop, 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 and then my screen went blank, and then these 3 lights came up on my Xbox 360, and I was like, no, why the fuck would you do it now?
Was that the Red Ring? Was it?
Yeah, the Red Ring of Death. That was number 1. It ended up happening 6 times in 2 years.
Oh,
The Red Ring of Death for
wow.
me, and I
So-
I wish
was
you were
so
carrying the
pissed off.
stats for us too.
Yeah, I mean, for me, because I mean, obviously, I'm aware of the Red Ring of Death thing, and everyone talks about it, and it's become almost like a sort of it's like folklore now, isn't it? But honestly, I never experienced it. I mean, I read some ridiculous like remedies, like wrapping a towel around your Xbox to make it
to heat
melt
it back up
back.
again, yeah.
Something. But I never experienced it, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that
I
was the
had it
thing.
once, but then I
when
had one PS3 fail as well, so I feel like it's a par.
what happened for me though is once the Elite came out, I then just sold the latest one that they sent back to me because they would send you a refurb and they never send you
Yeah.
the same one. And yes, I waited. You pack it into the coffin and send it off to Microsoft, and then they send you one back. But yeah, as soon as that one came back, the Elite was out, so I just took it and traded it towards an Elite.
nice.
Because I was like, I can't run the risk of another one. And the Elites were actually, that one didn't die on me. That one survived until I got a Slim, the Xbox S, model.
Did you
But
ever own is it the E360 model
no,
or
the one that looks
360E?
exactly like an Xbox One but smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I am tempted to get one just to play some of my games that I can't play on
It's
my
matte
Series
as well,
X.
isn't it? It's matte finish, so it doesn't have the sticky finger problem.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
As the S. Yeah. It does look nice. It looks like the nicest model of them all.
Hmm.
Because the others all look like weird towers, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, I think the first one is the ugliest of the lot. With the
Yeah,
sort of
it
weird
looks better in
indented
black.
front.
It does look better in black. But yeah, not the original white one. Especially the core, right? When you first buy that without putting the hard drive on.
Yeah, that was a weird looking thing.
That's awful. But yeah, but then we also have this thing that happened in November 2010, and that was when Microsoft launched the Xbox Kinect camera sensor bar, which was their sort of response to the Nintendo Wii, which was obviously doing gangbusters at this point. To mixed results, there's the original reveal was Molyneux talking to Milo and Milo responding.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Was it Kate and Milo or something it was called, wasn't it? Like the tick demo. And yes, there was this promise of this new interactivity that you would have on games, and then it ended up just being like, oh, you're just standing around looking like a twat, waving yourself in front of a camera, which was not as fun as intended. There were a couple of good games, like the Dance Central games from Harmonix were actually really good fun. But there was also the one with, which Tommy, I really want to do a video with you at some point, the Connected Ventures Raft.
Okay.
And
Is that
I really
were you
want
like
to
Row
do,
or something?
well, I really wanted to do a video of you playing Sega Bass Fishing with the Sega rod in one of those boats. With
What,
the raft.
simultaneously?
Yeah, I think that would be great. But yeah, there was actually a peripheral of a raft that you could use for Connected Ventures on the Xbox 360, which is insane, right? The thing is, I went to Game Station one Saturday because I was feeling particularly smelly, so I thought I'll fit in here.
No, CEX, isn't it?
Yeah, that's now. This is the old days. And I went into Game Station because I think I was trading in some games, and I overheard this kid talking to his mum because they didn't have any Wii's in stock. And the kid was like, "Oh, but I really want one today." And the mum was like, "Well, okay, what else have you got?" And the guy was like, "Well, this is the Xbox 360 Connect and the Xbox 360. If you buy that, you're getting the same games you'd get on the Wii anyway." And she was like, "Oh, right." And the kid was like, "Even Nintendo games?" And he was like, "Yeah, Nintendo games are on this." And it's like, he was like, because Rare are on here and then Nintendo.
And you didn't intervene.
I did intervene. I was
You
like,
did?
actually,
Nice.
yeah, I had to. I was like, I'm not letting him like screw over this poor child because it must have been like not long before Christmas.
Yeah.
And I remember going over and going, "Excuse me, Nintendo games are not on this, and they never will be."
Good on
So
you. Good on
yeah,
you.
I was like, and Rare are part of Microsoft now, so there's nothing to do with that to this guy, the young kid, who's probably about 9 or 10. And I was like, no. So hang in there for a wee, and this guy just looked at me like, "You dick, you just lost me some money."
Yeah.
I was like, well, don't fucking lie to a child. Like that, you could lie to an adult. I would not give a shit. There's a child who's clearly wanting a Wii, and you're then trying to missell him something that has nothing to do with what he wanted. It's like,
What a
no, fuck
bastard.
you. Yeah, what an absolute dick. But yeah, I showed him. But yeah, that was good times. But no, the Connect was just this. It was really weird because I honestly feel like that was the moment that killed the Xbox brand. Like, it was just
Yeah, that and all the early stuff on the Xbox One, how
with
badly they handled the
the
announcements.
terrible stuff. Yeah.
What
But
was
the
what was the tank? Was it a tank game or a mech game for the Connect?
Steel
that was
Battalion.
Yeah. Yes.
Because they did a sequel to Steel Battalion on Connect.
Yes, that's it. And it's like there's videos of the guy like he's trying to like maneuver the mech or whatever it is, and he's just kind of going up and down out of the like hatch and stuff, and it just looks like a mess.
Yeah,
I never
and
played the
there's
Kinect version, but there's I had the PS Move, and Child of Eden
Oh
was
yeah.
a
that
really,
was the
really
other
good
good
game.
game on
Mhm.
Connect. It actually
Yeah.
worked really well.
I assume the Kinect version was good, but yeah, I played the Move version and that was cool.
Yeah, the Connect version of that was actually really good fun. That was one of the few Connect games that I would turn on a regular basis to play. My wife at the time, she would do a lot of the yoga games and stuff, and I was like, "Why don't you just use the Wii?
Oh, and it's
It's
like
a balance board."
Crimson Dragoon. The
Yes, the
I
Panzer
only got that
Dragoon.
after they
Yeah,
patched out the Kinect support.
yeah, yeah. I got it after the Connect support. I was like, I'm not gonna pretend I'm flying a dragon like in my lounge. I will look a right tit if anyone walks by. It's not happening. But yeah, the Connect was just. I mean, it just wasn't meant to be like the main focus of a game. I liked the other applications of Connect. Like turning on your console when you're walking by. You can just go Connect on Xbox on, and it would turn on. Luckily, I don't have a Connect connected to anything, so it doesn't turn on any Xboxes at the moment.
What
But
is
yeah,
the? I mean, what's the current state of Connect? I mean, if you have a 360 and you get a Connect, can you use it still, or is it
yeah, and
completely?
Xbox One it still works with.
Oh, does
Like the
it?
second Connect, yeah,
Yeah.
Right, because I
still
for some
works.
reason assumed that they'd completely kind of killed it off and like sort of patched it out of being able to even be used with an
No,
Xbox
no.
One.
No, you can still use it with Xbox One. You
Oh,
just
okay,
can't. It's not like none of the games are backwards compatible with the series
right.
consoles, because the Kinect is not compatible at all. But the Kinect is live and well, I think, in things like doing prep for surgeries and things like that for
Oh yeah,
surgeons.
okay.
Is what I remember reading about it recently. That they sold a lot. The tech was sold to do that sort of thing rather than for gaming. Because as a gaming application, it's not precise enough to be a way to play games.
But it is alright for prepping for surgery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember vividly going to I think it's like the National Media Museum is it in like Hull or Huddersfield or somewhere like that? It's somewhere up north. I can't remember now. In Yorkshire somewhere. And they had a Connect set up. I remember like having a bit of a mess around with it, and it wasn't a game. It was just the kind of like you can see the outline of your body kind of moving around. I just thought it
yeah,
was a really interesting kind of exhibition that they're using this kind of slightly antiquated technology as like a way of promoting video games. You know, what I mean, to sort of to the masses. But I'm thinking this is already out of date now, so why is this still installed in a museum, kind of thing?
yeah.
This would have been about 2013, so quite a while
Well,
ago.
there was a console released 2 years ago in America, right? And it is called. Trying to find the name of it, but it's like Nex, NEX Playground.
Outperformed the Xbox on Black Friday.
Yeah, and it's basically
Oh
it's
yeah.
basically a Kinect in a box,
Yeah.
and it's a console. But there are plans to release it over here. It's like $250. It's like really entry level, but it's the second biggest selling console in America this calendar year, behind Switch 2, which is the number one. But it's outsold PS5. I think not by much on the PS5, but it's outsold the the Xbox Series by a considerable amount in America. But yeah, it's like it's weird that this technology is now suddenly people are wanting it again.
Do you think
I
it's
haven't seen much
because
about it, just some of the preview stuff of families
Yeah,
playing,
I've been looking at it, and
heading the
there's
ball
some
or
of
whatever.
it looks exactly the same as Kinect, like
Yeah.
I was
just
going to say,
exactly the
do you
same.
think it's because the technology's kind of matured a little bit? It might be a little bit more
Not from seeing the
accurate.
games, mate.
No.
Not
No.
from seeing the games. The games
Okay.
look exactly the same sort of shit that they had on the Kinect.
The technology's probably just got cheaper
What?
so they can mass produce it
Yeah,
for less.
Well, Steel
yeah.
Battalion's on it.
That's so funny, right? So the first Steel Battalion comes out, and you need a whole dedicated, massive joystick with 2,000 buttons and a kill yourself button, right? And then the next one that comes out, no buttons at all, right?
From one end to the other of the spectrum.
It's like, yeah, It's absolutely mental, isn't it? It's like, wow, God. But yeah, they used to shoehorn in Connect into so many things as well, to games that you just didn't want Connect into. There's like Burnout Crash on Xbox Live Arcade, which is
What
like,
was
it has a
the
Connect version.
what
So
was
you
the
move
functionality there?
yourself, and that moves the cars on the screen. It's shit.
That sounds bizarre.
It is shit. But yeah, it was crap. I really hated how the press went absolutely nuts for Connect as well. Like when it was announced, they were just like, "Oh my God, this is going to revolutionize gaming." And then when they play it, they're like, "Oh, this is shit." And I was like, "Yeah, this is what everyone knew. Like everyone knew it was shit, and yet you were fucking hyping it up." And it's like, oh. But the worst thing for me was when I just saw Fable go Connect, and it was the Fable The Journey. And I was like, "Oh, why? Why do that? Like, could we not just get a proper Fable, like, rather than this shit?" I bought it because I wanted to see what it was like, but
it's like the modern day equivalent of like when a popular franchise just like releases a VR only version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Half-Life Alyx. You know, I love Half-Life, but I can't play Alyx because I don't have a VR headset. So it's kind of like the same thing with Connect.
You should get a VR headset to play Half-Life Alyx.
I should, yeah, but
and also the many other games that are great in VR.
I did have a PSVR for quite.
You'd love Sea Smash. It's Cosmic Smash, the sequel.
I've played that. I played it at the launch event, but I did have a PSVR for quite a while. But I just after the initial kind of novelty wore off, it kind of like gathered dust. So I imagine the same thing would happen if I got one from a PC.
Probably, but it's good though. I do like getting it out occasionally. But I'm going to buy that new Thief for PSVR so that I can play that because that looks really cool.
Okay.
That does look cool. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I do want to talk about one really good thing before we because I don't want to end on a downer of this. Is the actual Xbox 360 pad.
Oh yeah, well done.
Yeah,
which is still a fantastic design, and they still haven't got back to it. They still haven't got back to being as good as the 360 pad.
I mean, I have stuck with gone through since, so I've replaced my pads each generation, and I am happy. I don't really want to go back. I do still have a wired 360 pad that kicks around for plugging into a Raspberry Pi or whatever as a perfectly good, will work on everything controller.
Yeah.
Can you remind me, Chris? Because I mean, I've got, like I say, I've mentioned several times, I've got the Series X. I think the controller's fine. I'm struggling to remember now the sort of the subtle differences between this one and that one. So what?
It's just the feel of the one on the 360. It just was so, I don't know. I think it's just like it felt molded to your hands in a way that the new ones aren't. They're a bit thicker. Do you know what I mean? The new ones, they have a bit of a thicker prong.
I think I felt like they have refined them each time for me, and they've got better.
They've definitely got the D-pad better than the 360 D-pad.
Yeah. The 360 D-pad was not good.
No. But they still haven't managed to put a battery inside it yet.
No.
No.
I do. Yeah, even with my Series X pad, I am swapping in my IKEA rechargeables.
Yeah, same. But I do like the Xbox pads very much. I do prefer the DualSense to them, just because I just love the functionality of the DualSense more. Yeah.
Like the active triggers, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and the vibrations in it as well, like the haptics on it when you're playing a game, and you're just like, oh, that actually does make a difference, because this is what it would feel like if I was pulling back a bow and arrow. You know, you feel that tension and stuff like that, and it's really cool. I really like that. Or when you're playing like Astrobot and you're going over all the little metal bits on the ground, and it actually feels like you're going over them in your hand. You know, you're like, oh wow, it actually feels like that. That sort of stuff I find absolutely fascinating. The Switch 2 pad does that as well, which is really cool.
Yeah.
They're both really good. But the Switch 2 pad is too light. Whereas the Xbox pad is the perfect weight. And I feel like the DualSense is maybe a little bit too heavy. But the Xbox pad, perfect weight, sadly doesn't have all the great functionality of the other pad. But still a fantastic controller. But I do love the original Xbox 360 controller so much. I do wish I still had one that I could use with like Windows gaming. That would be good.
Yeah. So I've got a
You,
wide one of those, and then a bunch from the different, I think, probably 3 or 4 Xbox One pads, and then similar number of series more recent. And because once with the Xbox One, not the original pads, they sort of reiterated, and then they put Bluetooth in them. And then
Yeah.
I've used them for PC gaming since then. I think when I got one of those was when I retired my wired 360 from being my main PC pad.
No, that's cool.
you know you know how the current Xbox pads are almost like an evolution of the 360 pad.
Yeah.
Recently, I kind of dug out my original Xbox and started playing a couple of the old games on that, and it was really weird going back to like having the black and the white buttons, because obviously
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
exist on the
No.
newer machines, and also not having the sort of the Xbox button being pressable, because
Yeah.
it's just a plastic sort of
Yeah, disc.
nodule, like a plastic disc, and I've kept finding myself going, I want to go back to the menu and pressing that bit in the middle, and I was like, oh, it doesn't do anything because you can't do that on the original Xbox, So it's weird how like the muscle memory kicks in after so many generations of having these different controllers. But then going
Yeah.
back to the original, you're like, oh yeah, there is a black and a white button. God, forgot about these, And there's no like sort of, you've got L1 and L2 on the PlayStation. You've got the sort of the shoulder buttons and the triggers, but obviously you don't have that on the original Xbox. So it's weird going back to a console that obviously the Dreamcast doesn't have that either, but it's weird going back to an Xbox controller that doesn't have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I felt because I got an Xbox, the original Xbox, when my first Xbox 360 went away to heaven. So while I was waiting, I was like, well, I want to play something, so I'm going to have to go out. So I went out and bought an Xbox just so I could play some games. And I do remember being really weirded out by the fact that I couldn't do things on that pad, and that had these 2 extra buttons that I was like, what the fuck is this white and black button about?
Yeah. And in really weird places as well. It's like, why
Yeah,
are they down here?
because they're like just to the side of the other buttons, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, why are you there? Like, why are you there? This makes no sense. Like, who created you? Like, but I do like the S controller though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
on the
I mean,
original
that's what
Xbox.
you think is the iteration is on that, isn't it? Since
Because the Duke is just their version of the Dreamcast pad, isn't it? So
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, I do have the Duke, and it's just unwieldy. It's far too big. So
it
I've got
is
one of
so
those
big.
around somewhere.
Because they only made the S, didn't they, for the Japanese market originally? Because that's what that
little
launched
ones.
with over there. Yeah.
yeah,
And then they made it slightly bigger for Western release of the S. They've been very consistent with that S, haven't they? As a naming convention throughout their history of their consoles. It's very strange that they've always done that. But it's overall the Xbox 360 was a fantastic machine, the best performing 3rd place ever console as well, which is weird to think about that it finished behind both of its competition that generation when you consider the headspace that console had.
Yeah, that's quite interesting to think about, because I think most people had a 360, certainly that I knew, and very few people to meet somebody who had a PS3 was a bit unusual. The Wii was obviously way out ahead, and it's just like it just destroyed the competition. But in the actual real console, inverted commas, kind of world, I only knew a couple of people who had a PS3, so it was a bit of an exotic console for me.
Yeah,
Whereas everybody had a 360.
I had both because I'm a nerd.
But same, yeah.
But there were games that I wanted on both, right? So I couldn't not have them. But yeah, I mean, I did most of my multi-platform gaming on Xbox 360, but there was a lot of exclusives on the PS3.
Well, we talked on the Wipeout show. I have a PS3 because Wipeout was coming.
Yeah.
And then I bought it for the same friend showed me Super Stardust, an everyday shooter, before Wipeout came out. So I had literally the same thing happened. I was like, I'll buy it now so I can play these 2 shoot 'em ups while I wait for Wipeout.
But yeah, it's just seems weird that So, but since then, I think I was reading that the known numbers of shipments sold, that the One and the series combined have sold less than the Xbox 360.
Wow.
which just shows how far they fell from
And it shows
such
how
a
many
high.
people had to buy 6 consoles because they died.
Well, I didn't buy any of them,
Red
so they
Ring.
don't count as
No, yeah.
sales. They were
No,
given to
no.
me from Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I only bought 2 more after that, and that was the Elite and then an S. Because I really like the look of the S and I wanted the extra storage, so I could start buying more digital games. Because I've been digital pretty much the whole last best part of a decade. Because it's just more convenient. I'm lazy. I can't be asked to get up and change discs. So it's like, no, if I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this digitally. I don't care if it costs me more money. I'm not getting out of my seat if I'm playing a game. But yeah, it did part. Before we do go, actually, I do want to talk about how much the Xbox 360 did pioneer in terms of its online, right? Because although we did have online previously with the Xbox and to a lesser extent the PS2 and GameCube and
Dreamcast, yeah.
But the Xbox 360, with the way that you could just seamlessly go into like party chats and go take your party with you into a game, move to another game, and it was just all into this ecosystem on the console, which made it easy to do, right?
Yeah,
it was so good and so ingrained in that whole experience and the whole marketplace part of it as well with Xbox Live Arcade and the other parts on the marketplace. Like, I remember buying movies on there and music.
I don't think I did,
it.
but I know that they were there.
Yeah, I did because I was so ingrained in that ecosystem at the time, and it was just pioneering. There was nothing else like it at that point.
I think also pioneering in the fact that it kind of ushered in that, well, what is considered now normal, just downloading games, which really wasn't a thing really before the Xbox 360 era, was it? I mean,
the Dreamcast had it a bit, and so did
it did. I mean,
the
well,
Mega Drive on Sega TV, but
I know,
not to
but
It wasn't
same
widespread,
availability.
no.
But
yeah, not to make it almost like the norm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you could just basically download a game where you'd have to go out to Game or Game Station or CEX or whatever and buy an actual physical game. Whereas, on 360, you just download them.
Yeah, they did everything right up until like Connect, and then they went off in the wrong direction with Connect, where and the whole way they worked as a business after that was completely changed. But prior to then, they were just doing everything right. Like everything was perfect from them. Every time they signed a timed exclusive, or they were the ones putting themselves in front of games, like third party games. It'll be like the Xbox marketing was in for all of these big games. So it just felt like everything was an Xbox game. Do you know what I mean? Like in the same way that games felt like PlayStation games back in the day, even though you could get a Saturn version or an N64 version, you just associate it as a PlayStation game. It was
and there's always that thing, weren't there, where there was like a game that was multi-platform. It was always like, oh, it doesn't run as well on the PS3. It's like the
and that was the first
360
time I
the one
was
to get,
aware of that. I wasn't aware of that sort of stuff before. It was only because like Digital Foundry came around that point as well, and they were pointing out, don't buy the PS3 version of Bayonetta because it's just a piece of shit. And you're like, okay, I'll get it on Xbox then. It's that, and that sort of stuff just wasn't there. And it was really, I had such a great time with the Xbox 360, despite its many failures on me. I still enjoyed it very much, but I did get 3,000 Microsoft points as an apology from Microsoft because I emailed them a complaint about the new Xbox experience. When they switched from the Blades to the new Xbox experience.
Yeah.
And I told them how unhappy I was with it. And I said, look, this is ridiculous. I bought this console mostly because I really liked the UI when I saw it. I didn't. It was a lie. It was.
What kind of nerd are you?
Yeah, but I exaggerated a bit, and then they sent me 3,000 points as an apology for my unhappiness over that, which was nice. So I forgave them quite quickly, and I bought some Sega stuff for my guy to wear.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah. Any other final thoughts from you guys?
Not really, other than the fact that it's probably one of the best consoles that's ever existed, and so many great memories, so many amazing franchises have been born from that system, and I do occasionally go into my local CEX and just have a look at the 360 library and think, oh yeah, that was a good game. Oh yeah, that was great. And look at it, it's now 50p, you know, in 75p, you know, whatever it might be. So yeah, I am really tempted to get another one, but it will be the 360e, as we mentioned earlier, just because it's the newest and also looks the best.
It is a shame though that the store's dead now on that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Chris.
Not really. I mean, it's that place of it's difficult to decide what's the console and what's, you know, how old we are, because I'm sure for plenty of people they are still in the sweet spot of online gaming, but it really felt like that point when everybody had one. You just jump into a party with your mates, whatever they were playing, or even people you didn't really know that well. Like you played a game with them once 2 months ago, saw they were playing something else you got, and you just jumped in, and it was just what people did. But it was, having been a online PC gamer for all that time before then, it was the time when I shifted. And although I dabbled online quite a bit with the Dreamcast, and like you've said about with the original Xbox, those are always secondary to playing online with a PC. But from that era, I think I didn't really do anywhere near as much PC online from then, apart from stuff like, you know, World of Warcraft, which wasn't on the consoles. But I really dropped off with the shooters and stuff because it was so much easier to do it and more straightforward with your friends. So yeah, I think it was a real turning point for that. And also just having an arcade stick and loads of shooters with leaderboards where all my friends would populate. You know, at one point there was about 30 people that I was actively playing Geometry Wars with.
For about 6 months, I was the best player in the world at Time Pilot. True story. I remember logging on every day pretty much just to keep checking. I was like, yeah, still the best. Okay, cool. I just remember the devastation of the day when I found out I would drop down to 10th. Yeah, I'm now no longer anywhere on those leaderboards.
I was 27th on Space Giraffe.
Oh, nice.
And as of so I think currently on the PS5, 33 on Sakura. But I need to maintain.
I need to be able to get back and play on my PS5 again. I need to move my PS5 into another room so I can play it. I do have 3 listener stories that are very short. I'll go through those before we close. So this is from Henry. I bought an Xbox 360 at launch, having been a huge Halo fan. I just had to have the next Xbox. I played a ridiculous amount of PGR3, Geometry Wars, and COD 2, same as me, for the best part of a year. Gears of War was the big one, though. What a game. Spent months and months playing that in multiplayer. Things did turn sour when I had to keep sending the console back after red ring after red ring. But overall, I love my time with the 360. I now game on PC these days, but do miss that time in my life with the Xbox 360. This is from Claire. I didn't buy an Xbox 360 until the Kinect came out, as I wasn't into console games at the time. But getting it late meant I had a bevy of games to go back and play. This is from Gaz. Best console of all time? No, but the best pad and library of games for me. So, there we go.
That's some pretty good... Sorry, go on.
I was going to say that, yeah, that's pretty cool. Henry's experience was much like mine, which is good to know.
Yeah, I was going to say all 3 of those are things that we've kind of discussed and agreed on, really. So, yeah, quite reflective and accurate to what we all said.
I forgot to touch on it. It was just like, I really enjoyed PGR4 having the cars and motorbikes on the tractor cover.
Yeah, that was so cool. Good. That was so good. I was so glad when Drive Club did that as well. When they put
it did, didn't it? Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was the
Drive Club, RIP.
One, wasn't it?
Yeah, we love Drive Club. Me and Tom.
We were in the same club, weren't we? On Drive Club.
Yeah, we were hanging out on that.
I do miss the clubs.
I found the single player on that really hard to progress on until the patch that added the motorbikes, and then I got loads further doing the bikes than on the cars.
Yeah, but no, there was the PGR4 when you were doing the bikes. That first time I did it, because I always play in first person view, and doing that in first person, I remember just thinking, "Fuck me, this is fast."
Yeah.
I didn't feel that fast doing the cars, but as soon as you're on the first bike and you go up to a corner and you're like, "Whoa, that was quick." I should probably take these corners a bit slower than that.
Yeah, it was really good fun. I really miss that as well.
It's really cool. I miss PGR and Drive Club. RIP both of you in heaven up there looking down on us. Miss you.
Chilling with Wipeout.
Wipeout, yeah, and Studio Liverpool. Sad times. But yeah, thank you both very much for joining me this time. Is there anything you guys want to pimp before you go, or?
No, just
Uh-huh.
thanks for having us, and well, thanks for having me. I don't want to speak for Chris, but
Yeah. Can't believe I'm here again.
we don't come as a duo, a couple. But yeah, no, it's been great chatting about 360 and just really nostalgic. I didn't think I'd get this nostalgic about the 360, but yeah, it's been a great trip down memory lane.
It
Yeah,
is
likewise.
a good one to cover all that stuff. Like when you first suggested it, things have been trickling back in the memory. Going, oh god, yeah, and that. Oh, what a great time that was. And partly the fact of how long the console lived for gives you such a span of games.
It does, because it had that generation was like the longest generation up until that point, wasn't it? So it was.
Yeah.
It was always a 5-year cycle previously, and then all of a sudden the Xbox 360 and the PS3 was just like, no, this is going to go on for like 7 or 8 years. Oh, okay.
I was quite
Fair enough.
happy. I think I was quite
Yeah, I was
late
quite happy.
jumping forward because there was still lots to do.
Yeah. But no, thank you both very much, and thank you everyone for listening, and hope you all have a fantastic holiday / Christmas, whatever it is you're doing.
Goodbye.